Good morning, YouTube. I just finished working on my channel introduction and summary video, and like I said in that, I wanted to move straight on into a RWBY theory that I came up with. Frankly, if anyone can contradict this theory, provide evidence, show me I'm wrong, I'm absolutely fine with that. But it's just something fun that I came up with. And I'm going to have to point you towards the Broadway musical Wicked. As you probably know, if you're watching this video, you're probably a fan of RWBY. Professor Ozpin is inspired by the Wizard of Oz. And of the main villainess, Salem, is based off of the Wicked Witch of the West. I don't know if that's been confirmed, but it's heavily been implied. Now, if you look at the play Wicked, then there's a bit of a role reversal when it comes to what happened in The Wizard of Oz and what happens in Wicked. Because the Wizard of Oz is the bad guy, and the Wicked Witch of the West is the good guy. So I'm thinking about how the relationship between the Silver-Eyed Warriors and the Maidens. Why do the Silver-Eyed Warriors have such an incredible power to negatively affect the Maidens? And the conclusion I reached is maybe they are derived from fundamentally opposed sources. We know that the wizard is the source of the maidens, so perhaps the wizard's doppelganger, I think I mispronounced that, sorry. Perhaps the wizard's doppelganger is responsible for the creation of the Silver-Eyed Warriors. And my suspicion about who the identity of that doppelganger is falls to none other than Salem, or her ancient predecessor, one or the other. And if we accept that Salem created the Silver-Eyed Warriors, then, that's going to possibly be a bit of a problem for RWBY, should they ever actually oppose her. Just saying, But that much is all pretty clear. Well, there's a little bit of a jump in logic for me saying that Salem created the Silver-Eyed Warriors, because, the Silver-Eyed Warriors are meant to fight the Grimm. So, why would Salem do that? And the answer I came up with, well, I refer to the Legend of the Maidens. Before they met the old wizard, he was a recluse. He didn't care about society. That leads me to think that perhaps he was the bad one at the time, and Salem, or her predecessor, at that era or before, was the good one. And at some point, their roles switched, where the good one became evil and the evil one became good. So that leads to the question of where do their powers derive from? And now we know about the God of Light and the God of Darkness. So my theory is that the maidens basically opened up the Wicked One's heart, and he used his dark magic derived from the God of Darkness to create the maidens. Meanwhile, Salem, or her predecessor, who was the more powerful of the two, created the Silver-Eyed Warriors to battle darkness. And that normally applied to the creatures of Grimm, but due to the maidens' source of their power, it also affected them. So, yes, the basic premise, the conclusion is that Salem, or her predecessor, was the embodiment or essence of the power left behind by the god of light, and Ozpin, the wizard, or predecessor there of him as well, was the embodiment or what was left over of the god of darkness. But just as humans have the capacity of choice, so did these two embodiments, which enabled them over time to switch positions. So, I look forward to anyone trying to disprove me or, maybe find evidence that supports it more if they'd want, but that's basically my way of thinking on this matter, and I hope that it gets more people talking about it. I will keep pondering it some more as I am developing my own RWBY fan game and see where it goes, and I look forward to anyone coming forth and adding their own bits of information to this. So, I hope you all have a good day, good morning, good night, whatever time it is when you're watching. And I hope you keep watching. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the little notification button. If you want to, that is. And I hope you enjoy my content. Like I said in my subscriber notification, I am also making video games, and I will be live streaming Nintendo games. So that's my little mini announcement or mini introduction for people who don't watch that but do see this. So later for now, guys.